Hi everyone, welcome to Grammy's Garden. I'm in the kitchen today. I've been outside off and on all day long trying to find room for one more tomato plant, and I think I'm at the end of that now. So I'm ready to do, I work tomorrow and I'm wanting something that I can take to work that I'll enjoy and that I'll be able to keep here at home too. I'll put it in a bag and keep it away, and that is my homemade granola. It's going to be a coconut pecan, and you can do several variations, and I'll talk about that. But let's get started. I want to make sure I got my my cup out here. So the first thing is 4 cups of oats. Let's see what kind I've got here today. These are quick, but rolled oats are fine. So 1, I'm going to count as go. 2. The chicks are doing good for those of you who are keeping track of that or wanting to. 3, 4. Now the thing I like about this recipe is that it reminds me, gotta get 2 eggs because we'll be using the egg whites. That's what is helps it to actually clump up and be just a more hearty tasting, not just a fine granola, but a little more clumpy. I'm going to go ahead and separate this out, and I'm going to save those. I'll wait till I'm ready. I'm going to save the egg yolks. I was so surprised to see that the cost of eggs has gone down so much. I'm so glad about that. So our dry ingredients are the 4 cups of oats, a cup of pecans, and I'm going to leave these whole. One of my favorite granolas is Trader Joe's, and it's kind of like this, and they're whole, and I'm going to leave these whole. Just top a little bit more in there. I keep my pecans, once they're opened, I keep them in the freezer, and that helps them not become rancid. Okay, and 1 cup of coconut, and I'm using just a store brand sweetened coconut. I store it in my freezer too because I don't use it that much. So I'm going to put a little extra. Some people will go ahead and add raisins or cranberries to this, dried cranberries, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to just go ahead and keep it like this. Okay, so we do need 1 pinch of salt. So I've got my salt here, and there goes a pinch. Everybody's pinch is probably different, right? But that's my pinch right there. I'm going to mix this up. This really is an easy recipe. If you like granola, I like it sometimes mixed in with yogurt. Like if you've got a plain yogurt, you know, like a honey sweetened yogurt or something like that. But, like I said, Trader Joe's has got, they have a fantastic pecan, and I don't think theirs has coconut. I think they got more than one kind, but that's the one I love to get if I'm there, and I've not been there in quite some time. Okay, I'm gonna get the 2 egg whites. I'll just separate them into this. And this, like I said, this is going to cause a clumping action. Let me get every bit I can. I'm so glad that the price of eggs are going down like they are, because that really did hit me hard. Because I have one son who comes, he's out of town, and he'll come and stay sometimes for a couple days, and we go through a lot of eggs because we like a good hearty breakfast. When he's here, I usually just have yogurt, you know, because I love yogurt. So this is perfect for me, because I can just, tomorrow if I'm running short on time, because I've got to water and feed chicks and feed dog and then take off, and I have like a 25-minute commute or so. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and have this in small bags and just take portions with me. Let's see, I do want to go ahead and put in a teaspoon of cinnamon. I want to wash the egg off my hands. I just don't want to cross-contaminate stuff. That RN in me just keeps on coming out. No matter what I do, no matter how old I get, maybe forever, huh? I don't know how you get rid of it. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Ooh, that smells good. I made the best chocolate chip cookies yesterday. I found a wonderful recipe online, and it was called, what I Googled was the chewy chocolate chip cookie, and boy, they are chewy. And then I froze like probably 8 and put them in the freezer so I can just pop them out when I've got somebody here who wants a bite of something sweet. And we'll do that. Sometimes my kids like a little something sweet after they have a meal. And I like a cookie sometimes with coffee. All right, so we're ready for our wet ingredients. And we've got the egg whites. There's the vanilla. Okay, I'm gonna do this next. I'm gonna get my olive oil, and it calls for a 1/3 cup of olive oil. I love this one because it doesn't really lend the flavor like a strong olive oil. I've got my oven preheating at 350, and it just said it was done. Okay, so I'm gonna just pour this around. Now that this has had the olive oil in it, it'll be easier for the honey to come out. And my honey's already looking like it doesn't want to flow very easily, so I'm gonna have to probably be pretty persuasive with it. Let's see how this goes. Well, that's probably better than I thought. My daughter is a beekeeper now, and boy, her bees are just, they're going and getting stuff. Even though she puts in I forgot what it's called. It's like a brown looking rectangle thing that she puts at the top of the hive, and they can feed off of that, but they've got pollen all over their legs when she photographs them. They're beautiful. And I was amazed this weekend when I was out there watching her work with them. It's kind of where they don't even pay any attention to her. It's just like she's not even there, so she didn't even have her full beekeeper suit on. But she's getting another new, I don't know what it's called. She's got a new hive, but she's got another new set of bees coming. And their DNA's kind of mixed together. Like, I think she said there's three different kinds. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so in goes the honey. I can't wait to try this. Now this is going to be baking for like 30 to 40 minutes, and halfway through I'm going to get it out, and I'm going to just kind of go through it and make sure that it's all right, and turn it, just kind of fold it over. That's what I'll do. Okay, and here's the egg whites. Gonna just stir it well together. So I hope everybody's been well. I hope that your gardens are flourishing. And if you don't garden, but you'd like to, there's so many good YouTube channels that can get you started. I felt it under my potato plants this morning, and I'm in zone 6A in Missouri, and I felt underneath the potatoes, and there are the potato plants, and there's potatoes about 1.5 inches underneath. So they were frozen back, and they turned black here and there, but they came back around. So I want to be sure this is well mixed, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my last ingredient, which is 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And that's it for the ingredients, folks. That's it. Let's see. Now, I don't like to go overboard on vanilla, so I got to be really sure I don't do that, because I like vanilla, but I don't like too much vanilla. And sometimes I'll get a cookie recipe that I try, and if it's got too much vanilla, I'm not a big fan of it. One day soon, when I'm doing a video and I'm indoors like today, well, at the end of the day, I'm going to show you all how I make homemade vanilla. I've had the vanilla beans forever. When I say forever, I got them in the winter with all good intentions to do a video. And I really meant to do that video and I just didn't do it. I just had inertia set in, you know, and I just kind of slowed down and hibernated this winter, even though I got out. I mean, and we had a mild winter. I just didn't have a lot of get up and go, or wasn't an energy issue so much either, even. So I want to show you what this looks like. Can you see that well? It's getting moistened, and I want it all, and I'm gonna have it all over the floor. I'm the messiest cook, I tell you. When I cook anything with flour, I'm covered in flour. My floor's covered in flour. My cabinet's covered in flour. Everything's covered in flour. So there you go, friends. I am getting ready to put this on this cookie sheet, and actually I'll go ahead and do it with you all observing. I'll keep that out just in case I need that. Don't need my little recipe book. That's a journal I'm keeping for my garden. And I also journal recipes that I like. So I'm just going to put this, and I'm putting it right on the pan. I'm just going to smooth it out. I'm getting ready to do some home canning, like meals in a jar, because I'm thinking how I'm needing to go ahead and get my freezer, which I have a small deep freeze, and I've got 2 refrigerators with freezers that I can clear some stuff out too. But I'm wanting to do that to make room for things I'm going to freeze that's coming out of the garden in the summer that's better frozen than it is canned to preserve it. And then I'll be dehydrating some stuff as well. Like I've got a lot of celery growing, and I did a lot from starts, from seed. I had this one pack, like a one container, and I had marked it nasturtiums. I kept waiting for my nasturtium seedlings to come up, and they just never did. So I stuck some in the gardens themselves, in the garden beds, and when these seeds started coming up, it was obviously celery. And I already had celery planted, but I went ahead and I can't let, it's a weird thing, I can't let anything not be used. And you know, I know that my mom and my grandma were cautious. My grandma, who was so like living through the Depression era, you know, so she used everything. And I don't remember as a kid really concentrating much on that. I would hear a little bit about the Depression, but I never really, I guess I took it in a whole lot. I can't say I never really took it in, but I think that we just kind of, things come into us when we're children, we just kind of assimilate it. And then here I am so much older, and wow, things come back that grandma did, and grandma said, and mom did, and my other grandma did, and I just think it's pretty wonderful. I hope my grandkids remember me that way. So, looks great. I'm going to show you what this is like when it comes out. And then I'll bag it up once it cools. Okay, this has been in the oven, let's see, about 25 minutes total. Halfway through, I brought it out and I checked it. I took it out about halfway through and about at 10 to 15 minutes because I saw it was going to take a little more time. So it's got the clumping. It's really, really good. So if you don't have some of these ingredients, like for instance, let's say you don't have honey, but you happen to have maple syrup, you can use that. I know that there are some recipes, if I'm remembering correctly, I've seen that even have brown sugar in them. So there's ways to make this stuff without having every single ingredient. And I don't cook with every single ingredient. You know, most of us have budgets we have to think about. The thing I'm gonna like about this is packaging it in bags and storing it and being able to use it. I might store it. Now that the pecans have been baked, I don't think it'll get rancid, but I have bought granola where it was a rancid taste, and I don't want that to happen to mine. So this will get gone pretty quick anyway. I think I'll take maybe an extra bag in tomorrow and see if people would like to share it. I hope you all try it. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe and check out my channel. It's mostly about gardening this time of the year, but I do a lot of different cooking things too. So you have a wonderful evening. Bye.